Alright, well, we just left Luray from Cooter's place. Heading up to an overlook. Take these guys up here and show them a beautiful place. Perfect weather. 60 degrees. Just perfect weather. Couldn't ask for better weather. Oh boy, and that Honda's cranking down on it. Probably has to keep his speed up, get that thing up the hill. Guys really like Cooters. If you're ever over in Luray, Virginia, it's a must stop. Very good place to get some souvenirs. They've got a little bit of everything that you could possibly think of. Refrigerator magnets to stickers to cover up a dent on your car. This is pretty canyon in here. Glued that on there to keep that bike from slipping. Probably had to spray it on there with a helicopter. This car up here is getting annoying. You have reached your destination. Good God, Gertie, we ain't got any place to park. Ah, damn. I'm glad I'm riding a motorcycle. Guys, meet Gary. Gary's a gentleman sitting on the rock with his arms folded. Now, Gary belongs to an Indian tribe called the Fagarwis. Multiple times through the day, Gary comes up to me and goes, "We're the Fagarwi." Wow. Gorgeous country in here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that is cool, man. I know I've said cool and I've said wow and everything else, but what do what else do you say when you see good things? That's all I can say. That's just freaking cool as can be right there. Told him to go stay back so it wouldn't make dust. When I do that right there, I mean stay back. Break them up. That way everybody's not riding in dust. I'll give them to you here after a bit. Sam's going to run off the road and hit the guardrail. This furnace was built in 1846. The structure sits on 22,500 acres and is 30 feet tall, which is equivalent to a 3-story building. This furnace has made cannon tubes to cannonballs during the Civil War. This furnace freed slaves from the area just to have enough manpower to keep it running. Tom is explaining the malting process in steps to the guys that's on our tour. Alright, just leaving the furnace there. Really amazing thing. You know, the settlers that moved into the mountain range here had no education whatsoever. People back then called them stupid. There wasn't no such a thing as being stupid. I mean, those guys were engineers to look at that stuff. It's a dry stack unit. Not a crack, not a rock falling out anywhere. Just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Something there was built over 100 years and it's still there. It's just amazing where they went and got the rocks, you know? I don't know what those guys were doing. Kind of looked funny, didn't it? But it's amazing getting back into these places and just finding things. There's no road signs. There's no signs saying anything about nothing to check these things out. And we find this stuff just by getting out here and running these roads. But it's just amazing. And your average person would just drive by it. But it's just knowledgeable. It's a thing we've lost. In today's society, people don't care about those things. But you got to think about those people that came before us. No electricity. It just kind of overwhelms me. I mean, you got somebody, you're going to college here, they're going 4-6 year degree. These people didn't have nothing. What they had to work with is what they had. I mean, they just looked around and come up and worked with what the tools that they made. They had to make everything. So I think that's pretty impressive. So again, you guys that missed this ride, I'm not rubbing it in or anything, but man, what a ride. You know, there's guys that's on this ride today, you'll never see this again in their life. This is check it off your bucket list ride. And for all you guys that are afraid to get your bike dirty or dusty, that's why they make water and soap. So it'll wash. Well, in the video there earlier that I made was announcing people's names. You're not going to believe this, but I forgot Alan Collett. Can you believe that? The guy that's rode with us a lot got busy, couldn't make it. We'll take him on this ride sometime, the rest of you guys. This, can't believe I forgot his name. So anyways, Alan Collett, you missed a good ride. Alright, I got these guys broke up about a 700 yard or more stagger. That way nobody's riding in the dust. It just makes a lot better trip for these guys. They don't have dust packed in their helmet and up their nose, and the air cleaners on some of these bikes are really hard to get into. I will give BMW a thumbs up though on their air cleaners, and that's one reason I bought this bike, because of the business that I do. I am changing my air cleaners frequently, and super easy on this bike. Have it changed in about 5 minutes. Some of the other bikes you're looking at 3 hours. So found out that breaking these bikes up works very well. If I can just get everybody on one page, on board with me, it works out really good. I'll tell you what, some of this gravel is deep. You can't beat a good old dirt road. No traffic. Second, third gear, just cruising along, taking it in. And we like to ride during the week. You just don't have the traffic as you do on the weekends. Right now we got a lot of leave peepers out, checking things out. Motels are busy. Rates are always higher on the weekends. So we are on day 2 of our trip. Today being Monday. So been a good trip so far. Nobody's had any major problems with their bikes, no breakdowns, no flat tires. And if we do, we've got the equipment to do everything right here on the road, so that makes it nice. Peace of mind just knowing you got the equipment to fix about whatever you need to do. For you guys that was on the ride, as we approach off the backside of the mountain to our intersection here, we ran into a motorcycle gang that I have no clue what we ran into. I kicked my GoPro off way too early, and I'm still shaking my head to this day. I have no clue what it was, but I know you guys will never forget this day. Alright, we're heading into Harrisonburg, Virginia now. Grab some lunch down here to Applebee's. Better slow down before I get a ticket. 35. My God, that's slow. Good looking flag. Harrisonburg's a pretty town. If you've never been over here, it's laid out real nice. Everything's right where it needs to be. Over there's a target. Just wondering if somebody hadn't shot the center out of that. Traffic's no worse than Clarksburg. You gotta look how they got this laid out. It's laid out nice. You got 3 rows of traffic right here that can move. 3 rows of traffic can flow. They build these towns and they never think about that. And their lights sure are long enough. I'm just glad it's not 95 degrees and we're sitting here. And then again, my GPS, you've reached your destination. Or you could be like Elmer Fudd, destination. All right. We just got done eating some lunch. Heading over to Harrisburg. Check out the Volkswagen. A Volkswagen. Still mowing grass over here. We're not mowing grass home at all. It's unbelievable the difference from West Virginia over here to Virginia. None of the trees has changed. It's like beach weather. Beach weather in the fall. That courthouse down here, Harrisonburg's pretty courthouse. Got a little detour going on here, I see. Well, go, honey, it's green. Get out and freaking move that thing or pedal at one. We're not going to be able to get to go around the courthouse there. Scooter trash. Yeah, old scooter trash. Mr. Policeman. There's where Mr. Policeman came from. They got enough cars. Ding, 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 ding. So we didn't get to see the courthouse. Had to detour around it. So that's a bummer. All right, as Matthew McConaughey would say. I've never seen so much farmland. I think Virginia's got more than Ohio from what I've seen, but I've never been all over Ohio. But I can tell you what, John Deere ought to be the most wealthiest tractor company on the face of this planet. And they say Amish boys don't drive tractors. Haha, come over here to Virginia. I've seen all kinds of Amish boys on tractors. Some bitch over here, buddy. Run into multiple people on my travels and talking to them on the phone. They say, "Where are you located?" And I said, "In West Virginia." And first thing they say is, "I've never been to the western part of Virginia." And I'm like, "Really?" I said, "That's funny." I said, "June 20th, 1863, West Virginia became a state." And I said, "So we are two separate states?" And they were like, "We never knew that. That's just crazy." I said, "Well, there's your history lesson for the day." How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
We have to pay to go OC?
No, you're just going down to the chimneys?
Yep.
Straight down, there's a parking lot to the right.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good looking old Mustang. Chalet. Old farmhouse. Better than a mansion on a hill. Because it's hard to build a new house to make it look like an old farmhouse, you know?